Hello everyone, and welcome. In this daily, I'm going to be walking you through one of my own games, where I'm playing Fizz vs Annie. Assassins and assassin mages like Syndra or LeBlanc have always been great for solo queue because they snowball the hardest and they roam the best, but Fizz has been notorious for having a really weak laning phase. Not to worry, the concepts in this video will apply to all assassins, so you'll learn something even if you don't play Fizz. Let's do a standard archetype check before jumping into the gameplay. Fizz is a melee assassin up against Annie, a medium range burst mage. They both do about equal damage with full combos and have even wave clear, except for level 1, but being melee it is naturally more dangerous to wave clear with Fizz, especially since your main trading tool is also your wave clear tool. My game plan in this game will be a lot like my previous Ryze vs Jace video where I use small minion wave clear advantages to set up the lane to score me big leads. Let's take a look. Mission 1. Use my level 1 wave clear advantage to push the wave. Fizz has a slight wave clear advantage at level 1 since he starts E and Annie always starts Q. I can use this to get an early push lead. Mission 2. Push the wave into the tower so it will bounce back to me. After pushing at level 1, I need to make sure I get the wave pushing back to me to set up for a gank and to keep myself safe from ganks. Mission 3. Let the wave push to me by not using any abilities. If I use E to trade and hit the wave, it'll start pushing back to her, completely ruining Mission 2. Mission 4. Keep letting wave push to me, farm, and wait for jungler and level 6 spike. Fizz's power spike is at level 6, so before then it's best to focus on farming while staying healthy so you don't lose experience and can hit level 6 safely. And Mission 5. Set up an all-in with your ultimate. I want to look for a kill with my first ultimate, so I want to chunk Annie's health before going for an all-in. Alright, let's move on to the gameplay. As soon as the minions touch, I start autoing, so I want to get pushing ASAP. And as soon as Annie uses Q on me, I dodge it with E and hit her plus all 6 minions with it. I also auto her twice just to proc electrocute, but the most important part here is how my E hit everything, getting a really nice lead on mission 1 while she's hitting nothing. This might seem like it's Fizz specific, but if you were playing Echo, Zed, or Syndra, you would just Q the wave and get a push lead that way. Fizz is the most dangerous of them all for this kind of game plan, so it would work just as well if not better on the others. I have a slight push lead now, but I still need to stay healthy and safe, especially against Shaco, so it's okay to give up some CS here. I auto what I can and wait for my E to come off cooldown before going in again. Same as before, dodge her Q with E and hit some minions as well. I now have 8 minions to her 6, which will allow me to push even faster. Notice this whole time she's so tunneled on her ass because she wants to abuse her range advantage so badly, but doesn't realize that giving me the push lead is setting the wave up to bounce back to me by level 3. So now that mission 1 is done, and I have the minion advantage, I need to start thinking about mission 2, resetting the wave so it will bounce back to me. For me to do this, I need to fully push this into the tower, which will be easy since I have more minions than her. Before I do that though, I drop a quick ward on my top side since they have Shaco who can have weird jungle pathing and can clear faster than other junglers with boxes. While dropping that ward, my minions actually did most of the work for me and pushed in the wave themselves, so I just come in and finish the last one off. Easy enough, right? Done with mission 2. You might be wondering though, what's the point in doing mission 1 and 2? Why not just let it push from the start? Well, my jungler can't gank for me at level 1 or 2, and I can't freeze easily as Fizz since I'm melee versus ranged. So if she pushed me under tower, I would take her ass for every CS I got and she wouldn't get punished at all. By pushing, my minions will trade damage for me every time since her Q and autos will trigger minion aggro. Then once my jungler is level 3, I start to let the wave push to me since he can gank now. Now the wave is in a spot that looks pretty bad, but I'll explain to you why it's actually good. We both have even minions, but the wave is closer to her tower. This is called the even minion rule. If both waves are even and the wave is closer to their tower but not actually in tower range, just like this, the wave will always push the other way because her next wave will get here before mine and start killing my wave. So all I have to do is not use anything on the wave and wait for the wave to come to me. Let's just speed through these next 30 seconds since I'm just letting the wave push back to me. Alright, before we move on, did you notice anything while that was happening? Let's rewind. From 250 to 258 we can see Annie on the ward I placed, and she didn't get a chance to place her ward earlier since I was pushing, meaning she's 100% placing her ward topside right now, especially since Olaf was just near the enemy raptors. Since I saw her do this, I pinged my jungler so he knows that that side is warded, which lets him come around from the other side in a little bit undetected. This is a really easy trick that will increase your odds of successful ganks in your own games. Mission 3 is done now that the wave is on my side of the lane, so I'm safe from ganks and can farm relatively safely. As the lane continues, I'm just working on mission 4, which is to just farm safe and wait for my jungler to come since Annie will continue to push to me. While this is happening, I see Annie place another ward at 330, which is a mistake. Do you know what she should have been doing here? Take a moment to think about it. When warding, you really never want to let the enemy see where, so you should always leave vision and walk here and put it over the wall. So just like before, I ping my jungler that the brush is warded, so he walks around behind undetected. My jungler shows up and we get an easy flash out of her. Having no flash against assassins is super scary and puts me at a huge advantage. I want to push this wave in and base now, but our Morgana roams up and catches Shaco, giving me a free kill, which gives me a nice early Hextech revolver. So now let's move on to mission 5, setting up for a level 6 kill. I TP back to lane to catch the wave on tower since I want to make sure I don't fall behind on experience for my level 6 spike. I clear the wave and the wave resets back to the middle. A lot of players would push here since they want to deny CS, but it's actually better to just last hit and deny CS by letting her minions kill mine. Also, I don't want to push and have her farm safe under tower when I'll be looking for a trade soon to prepare for my level 6 all-in. Now that I'm halfway to level 6, I start looking for a trade. Most players would just try to 100 to 0 them with the shark or chunk them out of lane, but the best play is to chunk them first to get them into kill range, then look for an all-in. I walk near her to bait out her stun, then Q to a minion to close the distance and chunk her to 50% health. She's at 50% HP with no flash, so she's perfectly set up for a free kill at level 6. Now all I need to focus on is hitting level 6 and landing my shark. As soon as the kill minion dies, I'm going to hit level 6 and use Q plus ult on the range minion to hide my ult animation. This is a Fizz specific trick that'll make it a lot harder for your opponent to dodge your ult and give you more kills. Anyways, the shark lands and I get a free kill, plus she's going to miss the big wave on her tower, so it's safe to say this lane is over. I can go for a dive like this since she had no flash from before and I chunked her to 50% before doing it, so I know she would die before getting the chance to burst me under tower. Let's do a quick recap since there was a ton of information in this video. First, I used my level 1 wave clear advantage to get a push lead and minion lead. Then I pushed the wave all the way into the tower so it would bounce back. The wave was in a spot where the even minion rule was applied, so I knew the wave would push to me. I let the wave push to me and let my jungler know every time Annie warded and exactly where so he could path accordingly, which led to blowing Annie's flash in a gank. I TP'd back to lane and last hit to deny Annie's CS and experience while keeping the wave in a good spot, and then finally I hit level 6 and used the Fizz Q plus ult trick to get a free kill on Annie, which was 100% safe since she had no flash from before. Alright, that's all for this video, see you next time.